Hello, and welcome back to Cass Loves Tech. In today's video, we are going to be spending some time focusing on one of my favorite topics, and that's going to be 10 must-known essential CRM tips for busy law firms, busy startup law firms, right? And so we all know that managing customer relationships is essential for success for any business, especially a startup law firm, because you wouldn't be where you are without your clients. So you want to ensure that you're doing everything in your power to ensure that you are doing what you need to do to keep your clients happy, right? And so I want to let you in on a really big secret. Your CRM, the CRM that you choose to manage your firm, is essential and vital to ensuring that you're doing everything in your power to maintain client satisfaction and to also ensure that you are focusing on whatever items and tasks that are essential to that particular matter, right? So this CRM is beneficial because not only will it help to satisfy your clients, but it will also help managing your practice as well. So here are 10 tips tailored to the needs of busy startup law firms. Tip number 1, automate routine tasks. So when you have a CRM and you're busy and you need to be able to ensure that you're in the courtroom or managing a specific client task or in a meeting, you want to make sure that you're automating repetitive tasks. And this is going to be tasks like appointment reminders, follow-up emails, and document requests, because this is going to free up time for you to focus on the legal work. And let's face it, the clients are hiring you not for the busy administrative kind of functions, but to handle the nitty-gritty legal work. That's what they paid for. Tip number 2, centralized communication. Utilizing a CRM to store all client communication, including emails, notes from calls, and any other item that you might have received from the client, will ensure that everyone in the firm is on the same page and has a comprehensive view of the client relationship. This is also beneficial to if you're going to have contractors assist you. So you're a startup firm, you are working on a client file and you just need a contract paralegal or freelance paralegal to come in to help you for a couple of hours. Your CRM having the correct information in place and having all the communication in a centralized location will ensure that any freelancer that you have assisting you, whether it's for 1 day or 10 days, whether it's a month or a year, they're able to and equipped to assist your firm right from the start. And your CRM is going to make sure that that happens. Tip number 3, track client interactions. And I cannot stress this enough. Track client interactions. This is going to be very, very important because every client interaction that's recorded, including meetings, calls, and emails, will help to provide personalized service and maintaining a history of client interactions. How many times have you possibly heard or read a review from one of your clients that said, every time I called, they knew exactly where I was at. They knew exactly what was going on. Or maybe you were coming from a bigger law firm, and maybe that was a pain point of that law firm when you were supporting them, because the clients were complaining that they weren't being advised or updated on what was going on in their case. Or even worse, when the attorney who's handling their matter called them, they were unaware or inequipped to talk about the history of their case. Having your CRM set up in a way where you're able to keep a really good account of all the different interactions with the client and the history of the client and their matter is going to be one of the surefire ways to ensure that even as a small startup firm, you're set up for success. Tip number 4, set up reminders. I cannot stress this enough. Set up reminders. Guys, gals, people, it is crucial for your CRM to have reminders set up. And I'm talking about all kinds of reminders. Any reminder that you think will be necessary, any reminder that you possibly would have a secretary remind you of, or if you're thinking of hiring a secretary and you're like, man, I am not in a position to do that right now because I'm a startup. Use your CRM. Use your CRM to remind you, please. I cannot tell you how many times I have consulted with a firm, and one of the first things that I ask them when I'm assisting them with revamping or designing their law firm through technology, like setting up their CRM or implementing their CRM, Do you have reminders? Do you have tasks? Do you have certain things set up? And every single time I've asked the managing attorney or leader or whoever I'm consulting with whether or not they had reminders set up, I always got the answer no. And I'm not judging. This is not a place of judgment. Obviously, this is a safe space. No judgment allowed. But what I can tell you is if you don't have reminders set up in your CRM, how do you expect to stay on top of things? How do you expect for your team to stay on top of things? How do you expect for the personnel that you have assisting you on a contracted basis or on a recurring basis to keep on top of the things that are important to you and your firm without having reminders set up? Use your CRM to set reminders for important dates, deadlines, follow-up tasks related to cases and clients. This will be game changer for your organization if you're not doing this. Having these reminders put into place will have your law firm literally sitting in a better position because at least you will be ensuring that no deadlines are avoided and or no not avoided but no deadlines are missed. We want to make sure that no deadlines are missed, right? Number 5. Integrate with. What do I mean by this? Pretty much what I mean is that, let's say for example you are a firm that utilizes Dropbox is a tool that you're going to want to make sure that you have synced up with your CRM if you are managing data for your client files, which I would assume that you are. To take it a step further, some CRMs actually already have document management tools already embedded in their CRM. So if you're a user of Dropbox and let's say you're on the Clio platform, you don't necessarily need to have Dropbox because Clio already has a Clio documents component already built into the CRM. And the same thing will honestly go for the billing systems, right? So when it comes to billing system, let's say that your firm utilizes QuickBooks for their billing system and their CRM has an invoice component into it, right? You can have the two integrate together. So a lot of the CRMs that are out there right now integrate and sync up with QuickBooks Online seamlessly, and so that allows you to have the bookkeeping piece handled right away, right out the gate, without having to do too much with it, which I'm sure if your firm has an accounting person or going to have an accounting person, they'll love you for ensuring that your systems are set up for success and has QuickBooks already built in. So that's something that you would want to make sure that you do from a firm standpoint, especially if you're a startup, because having additional personnel to be able to assist you with bookkeeping and accounting and taxes and things like that may not be as accessible for you today. That is going to lead me to point number 6 that I want to make when it comes to the tips today, and that's going to be prioritizing lead management. So implementing a lead management system to track potential clients, their sources, and their follow-ups, and also follow-up actions is going to be essential when it comes to a CRM or your CRM. This is going to ensure that leads are converted into paying clients and you're able to track those leads and the pace of how often the leads are converted into actual clients. Another thing to note that a lot of CRMs do that I myself actually really enjoy is that these CRMs also even track the ROIs. So they're able to track the return on investments for marketing and advertising initiatives. So if you're an individual that pays for Google Ads because you're trying to build up your clientele, or maybe you're an individual that is a part of a BNI network or some other networking resources, it's essential for you to ensure that your system has the different lead sources built in so that as soon as a client identifies that they came in through one of the lead sources, you're able to track how many conversions are happening from certain lead sources so that you're better equipped to navigate whether or not you want to continue with those networking engagements or advertising or marketing engagements after a fiscal quarter or in the next year when you're talking about budgeting. So the CRM is definitely equipped to help with those things, especially when it comes to lead management and tracking the return on your investment from a bottom line standpoint. Point number 7. Actually, I have 8 fingers up and I don't know why. Point number 7. 7. And that's going to be measure performance. With your CRM, you have the ability to track key performance indicators such as conversion rates, client satisfaction, and case progress. And this helps to make informed business decisions. I just spent some time talking about it in point number 6. You're better equipped to be able to manage whether or not you want to continue with something or even continue with staffing, right? Maybe you have a couple of teammates that are helping you on a freelance basis and you're trying to navigate which user or which freelancer you want to move forward with and assume them into a full-time, full-fledged role. Well, utilizing your CRM and identifying those key performance indicators will allow you to do just that. It allows you to make better business decisions. Point number 8, and I actually have 8 fingers up this time. Customize legal processes. This, if I don't talk about anything else, this is what you must be doing, especially if you are a busy startup law firm. You want to make sure that you are doing this. Please, 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 please customize your CRM to have the proper legal processes in place for your ideal practice area and your ideal client workflow, business workflow, case management workflow, all of those good things. You want to make sure that your system is equipped to do this, okay? Customizing your CRM to align with your legal processes and your case management workflows is crucial. This ensures that the CRM supports your firm's unique needs. Every firm is different. I've worked for countless firms, and each firm had different initiatives, different challenges, different pain points, different things that they cared about, that they focused on. No two firms, even if they're focusing on the same 2 practice areas, no 2 firms are the same. They're just not the same. You could be a family law firm and you could be focusing strictly on discovery and making sure that discovery deadlines are met timely. Another family law firm could only be focusing on ensuring that domestic violence cases or uncontested divorce cases are handled smoothly and transitioned seamlessly in their law firm ecosystem. Both family law firms, but their initiatives and their needs and what they care about the most are different. So please, please, please ensure that you're customizing your legal systems and your processes to align with the CRM that you're using. Number 9, implement data security. The reason why this is important is because you want to make sure that you're protecting your client's sensitive information by ensuring the CRM has robust security measures in place, including encryption and access controls. A lot of the CRMs these days have client portals, and I usually educate my clients when we're in a consultation to ensure that they are utilizing their client portals, because this will ensure that any communication that's made with the client is done in a secure way. This also ensures that the client has the ability to upload any documents that they want to in a secure way, especially if you're in one of those fields where you'll be getting access to a lot of sensitive information for document production and for discovery preparation. You want to make sure that you're doing everything in your power to have the systems in place to make your client feel comfortable and to build that trust and that credibility. One of the best ways to do that is to ensure that you have the proper security implemented inside of your system. If you're not using the client portal, it would be my recommendation to ensure that you're utilizing the client portal. Last but not least, point number 10 is going to be provide training. Provide training. Train your team on how to use your CRM effectively. Well-trained teams can maximize the CRM's benefits and improve client service. Now, if you're a startup, you probably don't have any support staff that's working for you on a day-to-day basis, but I would imagine that if you're a busy attorney, you would probably have a freelancer helping you, right? You want to make sure that your freelancer is trained to understand the way that your CRM is set up. So you want to make sure that you're training them for the ideal, unique needs of your law firm. And one thing I want to make sure that I communicate to you is to remember that the success of your firm's CRM implementation highly depends on the consistent usage and the commitment to adapting your process to align with your firm's growth and evolving needs. The needs of your firm today may not be the same needs of your firm 6 months from now. So you want to just ensure that you're utilizing your CRM consistently and you're modifying it on an ongoing basis to ensure that everything in your system is working to your advantage. If it's not working to your advantage, then it's working to your detriment, and we don't want that. And there's no reason to be like screaming and trying to pull your hair out because your system isn't doing what it's supposed to do. So take the time to ensure that you're implementing the proper things to ensure that you are fully able to do whatever is necessary to make the CRM work best for you. If you're ever in doubt and want to have some tips and pointers or anything like that, definitely feel free to get in touch with me. I am accessible. Feel free to email me at casslovestech@simpson-aso.com. Again, that's casslovestech@simpson-aso.com. And I have no issues with answering your questions. I would even take it upon myself to create maybe a Loom video to assist you in whatever you need to ensure that your system is implemented with your particular firm goals in mind. All right, so until the next video, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next video.